Here's what I wish I can tell my younger self right now. And first, I want to tell you all, I am an adult. I am 21 years old. I repeat, I am not a kid. Make sure to like and subscribe. This is Chosen Elevates, and let's get right into the video. I wish I would stop trying to be like these other guys. When I was a kid, I saw these guys, they would get these girls that I would want in middle school and high school. So what I did, I copied someone. So they were mean, so what I did, I became mean. I was always seen as this nice guy, you're so friendly. And there were people that called me a turtle. I remember these girls, like, you walk so slow, you look like a turtle. And I hated how people treated me at that time. So I wanted to be cool. So I tried, like I said, to copy people, and then I even started rapping. And once I started rapping, a lot of people respected me, but not really. And let me tell you why. So basically what happened was rapping was cool. I became the rapper, but really no one really wanted to hang out with me. Like, I did have a best friend. She was amazing. However, the people in my circle, they were cool, like hype me up, but when it came to hang out, no one would really invite me. No one would really tell me, hey, you wanna come? We're having this party, or we're having this event. I want you to come. Not really. I kind of had to force it. And that's another thing, not to force. I actually forced it. I'm like, why didn't you invite me? We speak, we do this. And yes, I know that sounds toxic, but you have to think about it. I'm in middle school and in high school. So I'm like, why you didn't, invite me, whatever. But I wish I told myself, if people don't invite you, it's okay. They're just not your friend, or you're not close enough. Let it be. Don't ask people questions. Oh, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? Just let people be. If someone says, I will let you know by Tuesday or Wednesday, or I'll let you know in general, and they don't let you know, okay, so be it. They saved your time. They saved your time. Yes, they save your time, because now you know not to even use your time to people, because you have to think every time you have a friend, it's an investment. Eventually, those friends, they're gonna get married, and then they're gonna invite you to their wedding and whatever, and then that's a time commitment, because sometimes you have to fly there and you have to pay out of your own pocket. And those people, like my friends, like once they had a girlfriend, what they did is they would leave me or stop talking to me, and then once they break up, that's when they want to talk again. And I wish my younger self knew, if I just let things flow socially and in the business aspect is different. And I'm gonna talk about that in a second. However, socially, if I try to force something, I'm like, okay, can you be my friend? Please, 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 please. People come like, wow, this person's so desperate. I don't wanna be your friend. But the moment someone sees you focused, that's why I said I'm gonna talk about business. When someone says you're focused, they want to come in with your life. They want to become a part of your life, because they're like, wow, this person is focused. I want to be this person, because this person is adding value. I wasn't adding no value. Instead, I was a desperate little boy looking for attention from girls in middle school and high school. And that was horrible. I wish I understood how people are, how people act. The more people see you want something, the more they're gonna take advantage, they're gonna take it for granted, and they're not, because I realized the people I put so much energy with, oh, I really wanna be your friend, I'll do this, I'll do that for you, they stop talking to me, or they don't talk to me less, but they go to the person that gives you less attention. So if I was focused, I was studying, but I didn't do the best that I could have. I kind of, but not kind of. I didn't really understood how I learned. So what happened was I started becoming distracted. I started, trying to do sports. I actually did sport because of a girl called water polo. I don't even like water polo. I didn't even like it, but I just did it for that reason. And I did so many things for the wrong reason. And then when I entered college, I was still chasing. I was still chasing women. I was still trying to have friends. And I realized the more friends I had, the more time consuming. I had to drive an hour like to Miami. It was far. I had to do this, I had to do that. People would ask you things. I need a favor. Or, are you my friend? If you're my friend, can you do this? And if I was just locked in and focused, because at the end of the day, if you're focused on your career, everything is going to come together. I am not saying neglect your social life. You can have a social life, but focus on only having 1 to 2 friends. Limit the amount of friends, because the more friends you have is horrible, y'all. So if you learn to limit the amount of your friends, limit the amount of entertainment, and focus on whatever you need to, whether it's your career, whether it's your business, it will help you in the long run. Because the thing with a business, if you put money and time, eventually you're gonna get money back. Eventually your business is gonna do really good if you have the great idea. However, with people, I don't care how good you are, people can just literally cut you off in an instant. Especially people in a relationship, like the girlfriend or the boyfriend, one of them could just, okay, I'm done, I don't want to do it no more, right? Because there's so many people in the world. People are like, oh, I'm so special, I'm 1 in 100, I'm 1 in 1,000,000. No, like there's a billion people, there's so much people in this world. There's always someone that looks better than you, there's always someone that has more money than you. There's always someone that has something, right? So yes, you are replaceable. However, you can really elevate yourself to the point where you're at that status, which is you're not really the highest, but you're not the lowest, but you're doing very great. I'm not saying be a billionaire, but make sure you're in a salary that's very great, right? Whether it's 200, 300,000 a year, or whether it's millionaire, whatever you want. And make sure not to be greedy, because I feel like people who go all the way to the billionaires, there's some type of greed in there, because there's no way you can reach that without having some type of greed. Because at the end of the day, once you reach your goal and once you're making that money, people are gonna come asking you for favors. Hey, I need this, can you help me please? I see you do this. So once people know your job, that's why it's good to hide your job depending on your job. So once people know your job, they start asking for favors, and you see how people just come to you, but the wrong people come to you. So what you do is, like I said, you limit. Once you limit your circle, y'all don't know how much it helps. I know I said this already, but it honestly helps limiting your circle. You will have way more time, and obviously you have to have great time management skills, but you have less things to worry about. And honestly, turning 22 this year, I am getting older, turning 22 this year, I realized that I don't even talk to anybody that I really met. Like in middle school, high school, I don't really talk to people. And someone actually recently told me, I'll let you know, because I wanted to watch a movie with them. And they were like, oh, I'll let you know. Yesterday said I'll let you know, but they never let me know. So that's the thing. So basically what I want to say is that people come and go, but business stay as long as you're there, as long as you're active. Basically, the more you invest in your business, the more you get back, right? You will invest, you'll put money in stocks, investment. Eventually, you'll get back. You may lose today, tomorrow, but a week or a month, few months, a year, you'll gain that income right back. I wish I told myself, if I invest in what I have, such as my business, money, the job, and money is not everything, business is not everything. However, at least if I have those things, I will have more time to invest in my social life, and there's ways for me to increase my social life, and there's courses, and there's other people. But imagine if you had money, 200, 300,000 a year, you can invest in those years that you lost, or the social life that you lost, the people that you lost. You can really invest, because now you have the money. You don't want to be in the case where you have the best social life, but you're only making 2,000-3,000 a month. You barely could live. You're living in your parents' house. You want to be that person that's independent. That's why I think, or I know, it's very important to really diversify where you get your income from, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, like content in general. Like online, find a way to make 6 figures online. Find a way to make money, maybe at your job or your business. First, you have to work a 9 to 5, right? Everybody have to start there. Once you get enough money, you can start investing in your business. But you need to save up maybe 5, 10K just to be safe. And also do content on the side. Don't be like, oh, I'm not a content person, that's not for me. It's for anyone who has drive and can put their mind to it, right? There are times I don't get views. I don't get views, but I still post because eventually there will be a video that will get a lot of views. So if you're just consistent, and consistency I lacked when I was younger. I would not go to the gym. I didn't really care about the gym. I wouldn't dress well. I would dress well here and there. I wouldn't smell good. I would smell like whatever. And I was never consistent in nothing. I was never consistent in studying. That's why I got a few C's. And I even got 1D in the AP class, which I hated. It was an AP computer science class, which I'm glad I'm over. I'm actually glad I'm done with high school. High school was so, no, I don't know. There's some people that love high school. Oh, I love high school. I love middle school. No, I hated middle school. I hated high school. Middle school was way better than high school, but in general, I didn't like those schools. But in college, it was more independent. I loved college. It was more independent. However, I did feel lonely at times. Like lonely as in like I didn't have like friends. I was walking alone. No one invited me nowhere. So yeah, I was really that lame person, that weird person, that funny person that people actually enjoyed being with, but no one would actually come back. Oh, hey buddy, let's do this. I will invite you, let's do this. No one would really invite me, and that was something that really hurt me. And then it kind of messed up my studies, because if I was focused on my studies, what would have happened was I would have been locked in, and people would respect that because they say, oh, he's busy, he's working to his goals. But if I was focused on friends, I was chasing friends. I was going to Miami, and I was going to Miami in the university just to hang out with people, just to talk to people, just to make connections. But that wasn't great because I was just trying to. Problem is, I wasn't even comfortable with myself. I needed someone. I'm like, if I don't have someone, I don't have someone. But really, I don't really need like friends. I think that's the thing I wish I told myself. You don't need friends, because eventually, like I said, they will come to you if you work on yourself. But if you don't work on yourself, you will still have friends, but you will attract different people. For example, if you like having fun partying, you're gonna attract those people. You're gonna attract low quality people that just want to have fun. I'm not saying not to have fun, but these people just want to have fun, no money, and they want to stay broke forever. And there's people that want to have more money, increase their income, so they can have a comfortable life, that they can retire their parents. I think retiring your parents is important, right? If I just found ways to make money when I was younger, which I didn't because I didn't have to drive, I was very lost, which is why at 21 years old, I'm trying to find something, that will really help me. And because I graduated college last year, and I still feel like a kid because people look at me as a kid. So I had to really fix the way that I speak so people can respect me more. And if I was just being myself, I think that would have benefited me so much, because being yourself, you will attract certain people. But the problem with me is, since I was constantly trying to be like other people, I would attract certain people. I would speak a different way, and that's not me. And those things didn't make me happy. I had things that I love, I enjoy doing. I like going out to movies. I do not like going out late at night having fun. That's not me. But if I stay true to myself and I tell people, no, I don't do that. I do this, but no, I don't do that. No, I'm good. Thank you, I'm good. That's not me. Then that will take the low quality people out of your life and attract the high quality people, right? That girl that you want, you will attract the high quality ones. But if you're trying to be the fun, you're gonna attract the low quality. You're gonna attract the high quality friends if you do this, the low quality, because who you hang out with is who you become. I realized the people that were in my life that I would hang out with, it would negatively influence me, and then for whatever reason, I would start acting like them. I would literally start acting like them, and then it just messed me up completely, and I fell off track, I got broke, I lost money, I did this. But like this person that, was supposed to go to the movies with me, he literally helped me elevated, he elevated me, because now he's like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What you're doing logically does not make no sense. you're literally putting yourself more in depth. You're doing this, you're doing that. And I never used to do these things. It just, what has happened was I hanged out with the wrong people. And even though that wasn't me, I still became like them. Even though I told myself I wasn't like them. Because there's subtle changes that you don't realize, but it happens, and then people start, wait, you kind of changed. Did something happen? Are you okay? And that's what happened. So in conclusion, y'all, what I wish I told my younger self is to just be yourself. Stop forcing. Just do you. If I followed those 3 things, I would have been way better off. I would have been way happier instead of chasing people, because people come and go. If you chase people, my friend, my friend, my friend, once that friend leaves you, you feel sad. So don't rely on people. Rely on your work ethic, you trying to do great in life, you trying to help your business, or you trying to elevate your business. And if you do that, then everything will be well. And I hope you all liked the video, and thank you for watching. Have a nice one.